We favor Gemini 1.5 Flash over everything else, and Gemini models broadly tend to be the best detected. We're making the bet that it's going to get easier and easier with prompt caching, batch.
Wouldn't it be cool if there was a tool that anyone could use to investigate and audit giant stores of unstructured data and uncover the fraud that toppled giants like Enron? I think Gemini has maybe made that possible now. See, the problem with investigating fraud at this scale is it's a huge amount of documents and emails to go through. It's unstructured, it's incomplete, it's messy. You could hire tens, if not hundreds of people on a big case. Now, with Gemini, with the 2 million token limit, we can shove a lot of stuff into that context window and really expose a lot of the connections and context that a detective or investigator would need in order to make a proper assessment of whether this is relevant or not relevant to the case. We've got the Enron email dataset already loaded into Kaggle. We've got 500,000 emails here. Biggest fraud cases ever. We're talking about billions of dollars of debt hidden in accounting loopholes. There will be clues about this in the communications, in the emails of the Enron employees. We can look for things that are associated with fraud. We can look for subtle clues for that rather than just a basic keyword search. So I'll quickly scroll through here, and we're actually going to be using Gemini Flash. Obviously you can upgrade this and you'll get better performance, but we really like the idea of using Flash as a screener. This is the default system instruction, but we are not going to use that. That's just if you want to plug. We want to solve the problem of not knowing what to investigate. Here is the advanced system prompt I put in recently for acting as a screener. So what it's going to do is it's going to word for word recite the most interesting parts, the most relevant parts to the case, give it what you know about what you want to investigate, and it's going to do some basically exploratory analysis. So I've pre-prepared mine, and I will speed this up and I'll leave the clock in so you can see roughly how long it takes for this many tokens. Basically, all I've done is tell it to do sub-investigations, to break down the investigation into finding clues, connecting clues, a plan for me really to carry out these sub-investigations. And it's there reciting exactly from the source materials, and we can search for this chunk and see the real thing and verify that it is real. It's basically keeping the human in the loop, so we're getting to still use the human's expertise, and we're getting them to direct the investigation and direct the power of Gemini to follow different threads that they think are worth investigating. So you can see here, it's got some suggested next steps, and they sound good. So I'm just gonna run this again.
Investigation initiated.
So with the magic of editing, I've put the output from Gemini into a nicer format. So left hand side, we've got a quote from the email. So this is again something you could search for in your database and you could actually find this. And you're also going to get a little bit of context. You can see how it's coming up with these investigative threads and it's saying, okay, maybe we need to investigate this person more. Maybe we need to prioritize this aspect. Again, going down these different categories. It's been nudged along by us, the expert. What is the case? Who are the key figures? And it's going down those paths and investigating. And then finally, it's given us the next steps. It's given us the key to continue investigating, more paths to go down. And of course, we've got prompt caching. So we aren't using an incredible amount of tokens. So that means we can hit this information over and over again and not drum up too much of a bill here. Very, very good Gemini. We're very happy with that. We're going to take your next steps that you designed, and we're just gonna investigate those this time. So here's the output. Again, I'm going to jazz it up for you. Sub-investigations here going on. Can do timelines with this kind of thing as well. And again, it's going to suggest the next steps for us. How can we go further and investigate the sub-investigations of the sub-investigations until we know everything we wanted to know about this data set?